Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions, by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry veteran and stalwart on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Munawwar Hussain. He is a highly accomplished and versatile business leader with over 2.5 decades of experience in building and managing successful ventures across industries. With a strong focus on leadership, strategic execution, and business development, he has consistently demonstrated his ability to drive growth, profitability, and organizational excellence. Throughout his career, he has been recognized for his outstanding contributions and leadership excellence, receiving prestigious awards such as the All India Best Field Manager and Best Country Head, and being named one of the 100 most talented retail professionals of India by the Asia Retail Congress. He has played a pivotal role in conceptualizing and developing business strategies, leading to the successful opening of 12 stores in 2 years and overseeing the expansion of the brand.
Thank you so much, Sunny, for giving me this opportunity to meeting you and coming to your show. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure, sir. So to begin with, as country head for Al Yasra Fashions, what were the key challenges you have faced in conceptualizing and developing the business plan and strategy for execution, especially in a competitive market like Saudi?
You see, Saudi is a large size market in the Middle East, if you see, in terms of demography and the size of the population. So is the competition, so is the size of the business. The market is quite mature. People are very much aware of the kind of fashion they use, or the kind of product they wanted. We were the late entrant. We were entering in the market in 2014 in the value fashion retail. In value fashion retail, there were already many people were there already in the market, from both sides, from the organized sector as well as non-organized sector. So it was difficult to figure it out that which segment and how we will enter it, because the competition was extremely cutthroat and furious. While we were studying the market, we realized that most of the people are into these similar kind of offerings, in a sense that they give the same product in a basic lines. Mostly they play with their pricing. Price was extremely cutthroat and very sharp. Also, while we were doing the research, we realized that in the current days, nobody buys fashion or garment because he doesn't have in his cupboard any garment to wear. It's basically a requirement. It's a fulfillment of their desire or a event they want to participate in. So it's a temporary requirement of an item which they require. That means they are looking for something which needs to be stylish and chic, but price sensitive as well, because they don't want to spend so much money on one item, because every 2-3 weeks they have some or the other gathering or party or occasion where they need a new dress, especially for the women. It is extremely volatile market, because female, they always love to have a newer version of products. So we realize that it is always, it will be good that if we enter in the market with in the area where there is a space available. And this style shake part was partially missing, I should say. We made this focus actually. And what we did is that we tried to bring in more fashion into the garment, and we kept in mind that the price does not go out of their pocket. And that's how we conceptualized the whole thing. We worked on this entire project. We launched the brand in 2014 late, and I would say, touchwood, it was a great success. It was great success because there was a space where people wanted to have a kind of fashion which is latest, which is in trend, which is chic, But again, the issue was with the price. Also, issue was that how fast you can change your inventory, basically, how fast you can bring a new collection in store. And our USP was that every 15 days, we were bringing a capsule in the store. So anybody who came 2 weeks before, he comes to the store and he finds, oh, there's a new collection, a new design. And the one which I saw last week is almost gone. Also, this gave us another good advantage was that people over a period of time started realizing that if I don't buy now, maybe next time when I come, it won't be there. So we got that benefit as well. So it was a great launch for this brand actually.
Right. So continuing our conversation, Mr. Hussain, could you discuss your approach to team leadership and development, particularly in nurturing individuals who have eventually become leaders within various business divisions under your management?
You see, leadership is an approach where you recognize the ability and the special character of your team or person you're working with. It's a leader's job to find out what is the best ability available in his team and then how to utilize them. A best leader generally is the one who recognizes the special character or a special ability of a person in his team. He nurtures them, he gives them feedback, give them the task and space to achieve. Because until you give them a space or freedom to work, his skill will not come out. And as a leader, you don't want to be behind everybody. And if you have a 10 people team, you cannot be behind all the 10 people. You have to find people who can propel themselves. They are self-starter. They are self-motivated. So your role is basically to recognize his strength and nurture those strengths. There could be a weakness. Everybody has a weakness, but those weaknesses could be reduced in you can say in terms of visibility, or it can be ignored if he has a minor weaknesses. But if you work on his strength, he gives better results. So I feel, and I had been practicing this for last almost 30 years. Whenever I find my team with a special ability, I definitely go around him, counsel him, nurture with him, and give him a space so that he gets into the field and achieves. I'll give you an example. A couple of years before, in Basicxx itself, I had a colleague. He was working with me in the planning division. He was very good with the numbers, equally good with the follow-ups on the floors. So over a period of time, I realized that he has the extremely good quality of follow-up with the people. For operation, you need follow-up. You need to remind people that you are supposed to do this, you are supposed to do this, you have done this, you have not done this, you need to finish this, you need to cover this. This is what the requirement is. So it was one day we were chatting together, and I told him that, listen, you are only doing the planning, product planning, which does not take a lot of time of yours. Maybe half a day is sufficient. Why don't you spend half a day in operation? Go on the floor and check what you have done. And I gave him a little bit of the basic tips, what generally an operation manager does. And he was excited. He went on the floor, he started going, and then he liked it. He started using his time more and more. Over a period of time, he started having more interest in operation than the planning. He became so interested, but he was effective as well. After 2 years, he left us and went another company and joined an operation. And today he is, I would say this is a span of around 5 years. Today he is a country head of a company here locally. He is heading their online business division. So he always, whenever we meet, he always says that if you would have not told me that I can do operation, I would have been still doing the work at the desktop. So what I feel that it is always important that you recognize the strength of a person, inform him, and guide him how to improvise it. That is the real job of a leader. As a quality, I feel if a leader does not have an empathy, there's a lot of quality required. Many of them you must be knowing about it. But I feel that if you don't have an empathy, you lack a big time in leadership quality.
Ahead, Mr. Hussain, you have earned numerous awards and recognitions. So which of them do you cherish the most and why?
Generally, in our trade, you don't work for awards, basically, but awards are always welcome. If somebody recognizes your efforts or your work or your achievements, it always gives you a self-satisfaction kind of thing. As you mentioned, I did receive quite many awards during my last 30 years of career in many areas. Most of them, any award you get, it is important to you. It's because it's a recognition of your achievements. And I feel most of them are important for me because we worked hard to achieve those awards. To be specific to the one which is very close to my heart, I would say my first award when I was working with Geep Industrial Syndicate Limited. I just completed my graduation and I joined Geep. I moved as the area manager in Kolkata. I'm talking about 1992. The team of Kolkata was not a very big and not very small. It was a reasonable sized team. And most of them are very seasoned salespeople. So they were all old and seasoned. They knew most of the things. But unfortunately, the branch was not doing well. Almost 15 years, the branch never got it, any kind of award. So that was a very sad story when we were evaluating. Then we realized that there are a few things which, if we correct little, we might be a contender. We might be in the race. Why we are missing it? And then I started working on the team. The work culture in West Bengal in those days were basically to achieve whatever you have been given, and that's it. They never wanted to go extra mile because they were happy about it. They're meeting basic requirements of the company, and they were very, very fine. So it was a requirement of creating a motivating factor in them to do a little extra. We didn't want it to go too high. And we started talking to them, understanding their problem, solving their issues related to the products, related to the market, related to the pricing, related to the promotion. And when we started communicating each other more frequently and giving them whatever they needed, it made them also reciprocate the whole thing. And after almost 18 months of hard work, we realized that this year we became the #1 branch in entire India. So that was amazing. In company, we were uploaded very well because they were always coming every year in the function and they never get it. So from the management perspective, also they were not very happy about it, that they should also get it. I mean, why they are not getting it? Where is the problem? So it was an amazing feeling we had. Entire team had an amazing feeling actually. So that is very close to my heart, basically, the achievement which I did on those days.
Incredible. That sounds incredible. So
Yeah.
building on to that, and let's move on to the subject of ESG and corporate governance. So here is my very obvious question to you. How and when did you develop an interest in ESG and corporate governance?
See, basically, you don't design yourself or prepare yourself to develop these kind of requirement. Because you are in an industry and you realize that there are certain areas you need to give back to the society, because you work in the society. You're part of the society, and society to be looked after by you, as society is looking after your business. So it was right from the beginning, things were in the positive direction. I always used to be a part of social responsibility of the organization, even in Geep and many other companies when I joined. Many places I initiated at times the social responsibility area. If I tell you related to social responsibility in Geep, in Basicxx, we have a very organized system. As you know that in fashion, every year you find some stock which will become stale, which doesn't sell. So we find them properly, we pack them, and we coordinate with the local charitable trust or organizations, and we share them with them so that it can be distributed with people. Every year we organize a kind of goodie bag with the garments and some few other things for the socially backward people here in local market in different areas. So this is how we do part of the social responsibility part. In terms of environment, it has been a new challenge. So we have become slightly more aware of it, and we started working with the factories, ask them when they're using the colors, we are using most of the time they must use the organic colors, basically, so that it does not have any negative effect on people or on the environments and all. But this is the area where we need to work now. It's an area which needs working. In terms of corporate governance, it had been always my passion that I always try to work in the organization with the system, procedures, and processes, where everybody is aware that what he's supposed to do. If he needs any tool, what are the tools he needs to get it, and who are the people who should support him in terms of giving the tools. In terms of labor, in terms of staff welfare, what kind of welfare they should get, which is minimum required, they must get. How can we improvise? Like here in this part of the world, we have a must insurance, like medical insurance. So we always try to get the best part of the medical insurance they can get it within the limited framework of companies' resources. The best possible benefits and services they get within the organization. monetary and non-monetary both. So it had been always my endeavor that we stick to the organizational rules, regulations, and systems so that it always suffice the requirement of the government as well as the organization and the people we are working with.
So, Mr. Hussain, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
I think the major value is in terms of establishing the rules and regulation for the organization so that it functions as a system rather than depending on individuals, because that is how an organization should function basically. So that's a core area of mine, establishing this. Having said that, because I had been working for last many years with the social organizations to improvise the social benefit of the organization. This is another area where I can add a lot of value with the company I work with, where I can combine the different organizations, social and different types of organizations, where you can add value to the society through your efforts, your money, your manpower. Every time you don't require always money, but at times you require the advice, at times you require the manpower. You send a couple of people to serve this area. So this is the area where I have worked a lot. So I will be able to add a lot of value in these areas, the organization where I work for.
Okay, so moving ahead, let's discuss technology and its impact on your professional landscape. So here is my question to you. What is your foresight on technical advents like IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, digital twin, Web 3.0, disrupting your field?
See, today's world is all digital. It's keep moving towards the automation, digitalization, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and cloud computing and things like that. It is affecting everybody's life in every sphere of human life you can think of. It's doing an amazing job in terms of banking, in constructions, in medical field. It's doing amazing work in those areas. Research and development is doing fantastic job. Specific to retail, it has definitely changed the way we had been thinking or planning ourselves. A huge, huge influence is coming through this area of operation. AI has been, we are using for last couple of years, AI tools for our customer experience, for our customer loyalty program. We are also using for our product planning, because the addition of these tools are making us more accurate to give the services basically. In terms of digital media, digital platform, today your reach to the people are based on how much you are available or on the digital platforms. And so you can't do away with it. Basically, I feel that it is extremely difficult for any company to ignore social media platforms, digital platforms, basically. So it is going to be there. It has disrupted certain areas, definitely, without saying, but it is going to stay. So one has to adapt with it and find out the ways how to utilize these services, basically.
So, Hussain, thank you for sharing such amazing insights into different subjects. So this brings us to the last question of the session. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Deval Mehta, and the team of World Development Corporation?
I think this is the unique work World Development Corporation is doing. I have not seen this initiative in past couple of years from anywhere else. It's an amazing job, and I think hats off to Mr. Zishan and Mr. Hevel that they have thought of this kind of service. Basically, I would say it's a kind of service to the society, especially to the community, which is corporate community basically. They deserve a huge round of applause, appreciation, and people like him who becomes the agent of change. You know, they are the people who brings change in the society, in the areas of business basically. So I really thank him from bottom of my heart.
Great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Munawwar Hussain, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sunny. It was a pleasure talking to you. So nice of you.
Likewise, sir. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Same to you.